Hi, welcome back friend. Here in this lecture we're going to learn about switch case control statement. We have learned about if else ladder and nested if and similar logic of the conditions, predefined conditions, and we can test various cases or variables based on certain conditions that we define. We can implement it also in the switch case format. So let's understand what is switch case. It can execute one statement from multiple conditions. It is similar to if-else ladder and test the equality of variable against multiple values. Here we have the variable, so we can have a variable called n equals to 20, say that we have in our example, and we can test the value of n in the switch case format. Suppose here we have n equals to 20, we may have the user input and a user may provide the value of n. We do not know which variable which value he will provide. So we can define different cases and we can generate different outputs based on different input. So we have the switch statement that may switch that input variable called n. We have to write it as switch in brackets n, the variable name. Then we can define different cases. Say cases correspond to different values of the variable. Say if the value of a variable n equals to 10, that is called case 10, it will display the output as 10. Similarly, if it has the value called 20, it will display the output 20. Similarly, if we have output 30, we can display 30 and things like that. And if none of the case corresponds to the value of a variable, it may execute a default block, which is similar to else statement in the if-else ladder. But here is a difference between switch case and if-else. That if any condition of either the if, else if or else, any of the condition is satisfied, it will move out of the conditions. It would do not check any other conditions. But with switch case, if the first condition gets true, it will check all the next and coming conditions and display all the outputs until you provide a statement called break that is written after each case statement. We will learn it about in detail. So let's move further. Here is the diagram of a switch case statement. We have the switch condition and it will check for the each cases in the flow diagram. If the first case is being compared, or if it's satisfied or it corresponds to the true value, the statement corresponding to the case 1 will be executed. If it gets false, it will test again the second condition, and similarly, if none of them is found, it will display the default output. And if either of the any cases or default condition is executed, it will move out of the switch case statement. With switch case, there are few considerations that we have to keep in mind before writing a switch case programs to use the complete power of that. We can have one or n number of case values. We can have single case. We can have a lot of cases, thousands of millions of cases. However, no one write thousands of cases, but we can have. We can also support a nesting of the switch case statement. The case must be of switch expression type only. The variable that we provide in switch, that variable format is also always in there. In the earlier example that we used the integer format, a numerical value. So we can have cases like case 10, case 20, case 30, but we do not have cases like case A, case B, because that has correspond to string or character value. We have to keep this thing in mind. The case value must be unique. In case of duplicate value, it renders the compile time error. We cannot have multiple cases corresponding to the same value. We cannot have two case statements corresponding to the same value 10. We can have only one condition for one check. The Java switch expression must be of type byte, short, int, long, enums or strings, enumerations or strings. You can use either of the format. Each case statement can have a break statement, which is optional. You can omit this thing if you want to execute everything as the forthcoming things. When control reaches the break statement, it will jump the control after the switch statement and move out of the switch case block. If break statement is not found, it will execute the next case. The case values can have a default label which is optional. So this thing is not an error without the use of break statement. If you want to check multiple conditions, you can implement a nested if or if else ladder in the single switch case statement. You can do so. When you will write different programs with switch case and if else, you will better get grips over that thing. So it is a very powerful thing. The switch statement is fall through. As we all know, if we do not write the break statement, it will execute all the statement after matching the first statement. So we have to be aware of this thing and prevent it if we do not need. We can add switch statement with a string. Suppose we have a string called final, which is string. This is final is the value of the variable text. So we can provide this variable or the string in the switch format. And we can check if the case is string value correspond to first, second, or any of the thing. It may, and remember, we have taken the display output system.out.println as our examples. We do not need to display everything on the screen. We can implement different logics. We can erase flags, add multiple conditions. Suppose we have a game, we have defined a game, and we want to check whether in which level we are currently playing. So it could be defined here like level 1, level 2. We can have different cases like that. We always do not need to print output on the screen. Similarly, we can have different cases. We can have nesting of switch case, which is complex but very organized. Try implementing your own solution and give it a trial. When try implementing different switch case statements and execute it on your own pace. Keep learning and keep moving ahead.